in the lifetime of anybody in this country, the standard of living of our children may be less than the standard of living that we see today. And that is very concerning to me. But not only to those that come in the future, but those that have already come before us. I love history. I have a great admiration for those that have come before, and the blood and the sweat that they shed to give us the opportunities that we have today, I think is something that we really have to make sure that we cherish and we look forward to protecting in the future. I've got a little bit of my background. I grew up in Hollidaysburg, born and raised in the Hollidaysburg area. I went to Hollidaysburg School District. After I graduated from Hollidaysburg, I went to Williamsport Community College. I pursued a career in construction. I went up there for construction technology and construction management. After I left there, I went to my first career move was in the coal processing companies that built coal tipples. So that was a very large industrial type business, and that was back in the early 80s when coal was booming. And the economies were good, and everybody seemed to be pretty busy, and everybody was pretty happy. I went through that for multiple years, and then I went to work for a developer in the area, Jules Pat. Probably a lot of people are aware of the Pat organization. Some successes, some failures there. But I have to say that Jules Pat was the 7th largest developer in the East Coast at one time, and provided tens of thousands of jobs through the Eastern Seaboard. So with the work that I did for that company, it gave me the opportunity to work on large projects such as hotels, shopping malls, multifamily housing developments, projects similar to that, working with local municipalities, inspection companies, other contractors, and things like that. After that, I decided it was time to come home and raise a family, and I did commercial and residential construction in the area here for decades. I built homes all over the county, out of Frosty Hollow, New Enterprise, Martinsburg, Roaring Springs area, Bellwood, Hollidaysburg, Duncansville, multiple areas. As we all know, there was a little bit of an economic downturn here in about 2008. We all had to shift gears a little bit and do some things a little bit different. A few years ago, I started a company with another individual, and it's AR Natural Gas Fueling Systems. It was approximately 5 years ago. I was watching what the state was doing with the production of natural gas and how they were opening up some state lands and things like that. And I was well aware that in other countries and other areas of the United States, even, that natural gas was being used a lot for transportation fuel. That's typically about half the cost of gasoline. So we started in that production, and I see the natural gas as a great opportunity for the state, being that there are multiple companies in the area here that are gaining benefit from natural gas, especially out here in the Cove. It is Curry Supply and Central Hydraulics. They're doing a lot with the natural gas business. Smith Transport over here is hauling. They just actually purchased a couple liquefied natural gas trucks. RJ Glass in Duncansville, very, very busy, hauling sand and materials for that. Katrina Builders and New Pig. They lay down mats and environmental protection equipment in areas where they have drilling. Garner Denver just built a facility between Bellwood and Tyrone, and the proposed cracker plant down behind Warnico in Duncansville. I know up in Blue Knob we have a couple of wells there, and the amount of natural gas that's supposed to be able to produce, it will run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 20 years before they see any decline in the amount of natural gas that can be produced up there. So that brings me around to the political ramifications.